Hi guys, wow, watching a really special film tonight, Silent Running. Picked it up today. This honestly is one of the best films I've ever seen. I watched this with my dad when I was a kid and I fell in love with Huey and Dewey, the robots, but I was a kid at the time. I didn't quite get the message of the film. And then when later on, in my early 20s, I got a VHS copy of it and I watched it and it brought a lot of tears to my eyes. It really did. It truly is a powerful film. So I picked up the special edition on Blu-ray. I've watched the first 25 minutes. I got a phone call saying to stop it and watching it so far, Bruce Dern is so different to the other three crew members. And you get into the whole shot. This is within like 25 minutes. They're racing around the ship. The ships are massive, and the gardens are on there. Bruce Dern looking all spiritual, and then suddenly they're all wearing uniforms with advertising all over and on the ships about, you know, what does Earth look like? And they're waiting for the transmission, and they get the transmission, and I spent 8 years up there, and Bruce Dern thinks he's going to get reforest the Earth. I mean, what does the planet look like? And it's no. It begins, the mission's been scrapped. So I'm into the first 25 minutes. I've not seen this in over 15, 16 years. I caught it on TV a few years ago, but I had to go out. But I'm going to come back on this review because this is something very special. And it's a powerful film. It just something about this. So I'll back shortly once I've watched it. And give me... I'll go in YouTube. Film about an hour and so into it. And it's been, honestly, it's quite an experience watching this. It's like the crew, he's murdered the crew, which you sort of get why he did, because they live in a world where they don't give a shit about, because there's this big philosophical argument when he's in like the eating room, you know, in the canteen, and they're arguing, and he's going, look, you know, we've destroyed everything on the planet, and it's like, this is all that's left and we've got to restore it, because it's just not, there's no imagination, we've lost something. And you can see it on Bruce Dern's acting, it's just so top quality, and it's in his eyes. And the others, to come out with the basic, well, we've eliminated poverty, we've all got jobs. You know, I said, yeah, but that's not the answer to everything. It's what we've lost is so much bigger. And it is, this film is just pure genius for its time. It's like Soylent Green. As scary as it is, sometimes I wonder how we're moving into that territory. So he's made his escape from the other ships, and the soundtrack is so unusual with that woman singing, and I mean it's like a hippie movie. I mean, you could call it like a space hippie, but it kicks in, it suits the film. And Huey and Dewey and Louie, but Louie got knocked off into space, and quite sad that one. But the sets on the film, everything about it's just incredible. I mean, I know they've used some of these scenes in the old Battlestar Galactica series, but this film, the aggro ships like the Valley Forge, it's just incredible. It's like you could assume it's some kind of, I don't know, is it inside an aircraft carrier? We'll find out that when I watch the extras. But so far the film it's just been very powerful. And like I said, I've not seen this for so long. But Bruce Dern, he's got so much passion. You can tell, I think, this means a lot to him. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that, it's Alexa. So, and, you know, it's just everything about the film, especially the little robots. fall in love. I think you could buy them years ago. Would love a model, you know, one about that big or something, on a stand. They're just so cute, awesome. And like there's the scene where he's driving around on one of the buggies in the ship, wrecking everywhere. And he ends up smashing into a load of soil in a container, and you can tell he's suffering guilt what he's done because he killed him. But you sort of get, because I think he's starting to feel the loneliness as well. But I think he's the type of man that could manage it, that, you know, the character is playing, but there's the guilt. I think he did right. I really do, because that's the world I don't want to live in. But I'm going to get back to part 3. So that's my review so far of this film. And then we'll go into all the other qualities of it. I'll see you shortly. He's just feeling of isolation now. And there's a great scene where he's the forest is dying, and he starts running, and as he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he's like, when he's running through this forest with the sun and all this, and it's quite powerful stuff. And the forest dying, and he sort of like, there's a bit where he's driving around in the car, and he knocks over Huey. And you know, he's trying to fix Huey, and there's a really, you just feel so touched, like they're both alive, how they move about, Huey and Dewey. You know, like there's something, like they're living, and little Huey's upset because his mate Dewey, oh fucking whatever. No, Huey, he's like a bit messed up, and Dewey's right upset. It's just how them two little robots are so cute. But he's just got like a broadcast, and I think they're on the way. They found him, and he's figured out why the plants are dying. Look, I know there is a few plot holes in this. I mean, on a ship like that, they'd have ultraviolet lights in the dome. But this is 1970 something. Look, this film is spectacular. So I think I'm near the end now. So it looks like they're on the way, and I don't remember ending. I think I do, but I'll get to that shortly. It should be interesting where this... I'm really enjoying this, but I have to sort of like jump in. I'm trying to review this and how I'm experiencing it on my feelings, you know. I don't want to miss out on anything. So back to the ending. I didn't remember that at all at the end. Well, they're gonna dock. There's a search, a rescue vessel. They found him, deep space tracking, and you feel for him so much because he just wants to get away, and he launches the forest into space, and Dewey's looking after the garden. It's such a powerful scene. And he's just sat in his room, his quarters, with a lot of nuclear devices, and it pulls out from the window, and bang, he's gone. And the music kicks in, you know, by Diane Lampert, and music by Peter Schickel, Rejoice in the Sun, Silent Running. And it is such a powerful film. I've not watched, this is a classic sci-fi. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 7.9% rating. You can understand why this is a cult classic, but Lowell, Bruce Dern, who's playing Lowell, you feel for him. But even after all that, it's the guilt of what he's done. Even though he did kill 4 people, you know, 3 people. And it leaves you to question a lot of things, but the film's message is so right. I feel quite sort of stoked after seeing this film. I really do. I've not seen this in nearly 16 years, and before that I was a kid. When I saw it on BBC, I watched it with my dad one night, and the little robots, man, they're just so... I've been such a pussy, aren't I? But I'm going to watch the documentary now, so I'll let you know about that, and then we'll go into the extras and what there is on the Blu-ray. I'm so happy I picked this up today. It's Bruce Dern. It's such an awesome actor. You don't get many of his. He always sort of pulled it in them strange type of movies, didn't he? So you know. Anyway, I'll be back in a sec with the extras. I just watched the making of documentary, and I never knew the people that played the robots were amputees. There were 4 of them. I didn't know that. I thought they were like been midgets. I never really thought it. I never knew. Douglas Turnbull, he worked on 2001. He was obsessed in making this film. He wanted to make a vision of the future where people are people, and instead of having, I suppose these were like the first robot. I mean, they were way before R2-D2 and stuff. You know, and he said the film cost $1 million, which is sort of interesting. I thought it cost a lot more than that. But, well, you think you know everything about films and you're completely wrong. This, you say I'm completely blown away. And I keep saying that, but I'm going to watch the other extras, I think. I mean, the documentary is it's just interesting stuff. I don't really want to put any spoilers on this for people. So if you haven't seen this Blu-ray. I thought when they, with the sets and stuff, I thought, are they using like an aircraft carrier? Apparently they used I think it was an abandoned aircraft carrier. I thought it had to be something like that, which is interesting. You know. Now what they did to the aircraft carrier internally, you know, when they're driving about scenes, it must have been like under the landing gantry, you know, when they were doing the pod race and the little cars and stuff. When you got into like the control room, the actual control room of the ship is the heart of the aircraft carrier. I mean, and they've used this set in BSG of the domes, you know, in Battlestar Galactica and other 70s science fiction shows, you know, that forest and them domes. That set must have been on quite a few science fiction series. The extras, the Bruce Dern interviews, awesome. You know, apparently geodesic domes, Douglas Turnbull had studios in these garages and it were all filmed in their parts of it. Bruce Dern's got some amazing stuff to say about this film. He said everywhere he goes, when he did a mini-series called Space, there were astronauts that had walked on the moon, and all that. I mean, these dudes have been on the moon. They just wanted to know about silent running. He said, and I agree, this film still holds up today. It's an incredible film. I mean, did he do right at the end when he blew himself up? Because, you know, he murdered 3 people. I mean, I sort of understand, because if the world is like what they say it is, I mean, you know, who's got a plan to save it? And he's the only person that has, hasn't he? And that's the thing. I mean, he sacrificed at the end. Obviously, he can't have them both in that ship, because they're gonna, I mean, he's going to get, you know. So he sacrifices himself, and you feel for him, but he lets that dome go off, and it's like self-contagious, floating through space forever, which sort of, there's a sense of freedom and feeling with that, which is just beautiful. I mean, for me, watching this tonight has been an awesome experience. Silent running on Blu-ray. Special Blu-ray edition. The extras, exclusively beautiful high definition, full-length commentary by director Turnbull and actor Bruce Dern. I can't see on. I need my glasses. Right, I'm back again. Right, my glasses are on. Special Blu-ray edition, as you can see. You get exclusive restored beautiful high definition transfer, full length commentary by director Trumbull and actor Bruce Dern, so I've already said that. But I've listened to half of that, which was really interesting. Isolated music and effects track, which is awesome. Optional SDH subtitles on the feature. The making of Silent Running, which was just a gem to watch. On-set documentary, beautiful. 2 video pieces with Douglas Trumbull, that's awesome. A conversation with Bruce Dern, really enjoyed that. Original theatrical trailer and a lavish 48-page booklet, rare photographs, artwork from Trumbull's personal collection and recollection of the film's cinematographer, special designs, coordinator and composer. Shall we take a look at the book? Very happy. I'm actually going to read this actually tonight. I do like that cover though. I think that is an awesome cover. And look, and there's Hewitt, absolutely awesome. Bruce Dern, Cliff Potts, Ron Rifkin and Jesse Vinn. Cost $1 million to make this film. As you can see, we're getting into it. There's the domes. Sorry, can you see that? Contents, behind the scenes on the Valley Forge. Charles Wheeler, Wayne Smith, Peter Schickel about the Blu-ray. Notes on viewing, Blu-ray credits. Behind the scenes. There's the Valley Forge. It's an aircraft carrier where a lot of it were filmed. I mean, there's some of the models there, as you can see. Look at that. That's beautiful. I cannot believe they're amputees. Incredible. It really is. I never thought. You know, my respect to these people, what they did. They said they had such a good time making the film. And they brought them robots to life. That's the bridge there. I mean, this is pretty amazing. There's the buggy cars, as you can see. I mean, and it just goes on. Some beautiful photographs. I do recommend this, guys. I do recommend this as a definite buy. I'm so glad I picked this up today. Look, there's the same man who's running through the forest, more photographs. I mean, there's just so much. The domes are 2 feet in diameter, made of blow-moulded acrylic plastic. Holes were then drilled in a geodesic pattern, metal insets installed. God, I mean, wow. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. There's more pictures. Obviously, Peter Schickel, composer and conductor on Silent Running. Absolutely fantastic. Definitely. It's about the Blu-ray. Silent Running appears in the right about the Blu-ray. Appears in with mono 2 sound. The film was transferred and graded in HD resolution from an interpositive 36mm source element made in 1996 and supplied by NBC Universal USA. Further restoration work was completed on Deluxe 42 London Pictures issue, such as dirt light scratches and debris as well as warp damage. Stable frames were removed or improved for a combination of HD, DVNR, Phoenix MTI systems for this Blu-ray. Brilliant. And there's the conservation pledge. Please give my pledge as an American to save and faithfully defend from the waste of the natural resource of my country's soil and minerals, forests, waters and wildlife. There we go. And that's my review of Silent Running. I've got to admit, I did love the pool table with the robotic arm. I mean, look, it's 1970s science fiction. Most of it was quite apocalyptic. But and this is, I mean, to me, this is like, do you remember Omega Man, Soylent Green, and all them films from that time frame? I mean, there were some awesome, classic science fiction films back then, which still stand the test of time today. I mean, it's like Omega Man, which is one of my all-time favourite films. I even thought it just pissed all over I Am Legend. I didn't mind I Am Legend, but it was no Omega Man. 70s sci-fi movies had that funkiness about it. So guys, I do recommend this Silent Running. awesome film. I've watched it tonight with all the extras and I've had a really good time. Honestly, I'm feeling quite touched at the moment, and the artwork on that alone is worth it. So that's Martin Sci-Fi Appeals review of Silent Running. Probably bored you all to death, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great night, guys, and I'll speak soon. Please share and subscribe, give this video a like, and well, live long and prosper.